Hello, I'm so glad you decided to join me today on my YouTube channel for my first Scraplift video. This is the first layout we're going to Scraplift. Some of the things that I really like about this layout are those torn strips of paper covered in embellishments on the left, the strips of paper behind the photos, and also where the title is placed. Some things I don't like is that pattern paper. That's awful. And we're also going to add some embellishment clusters to the right side to help balance the page out just a little bit more. So we're going to start with some white bright cardstock and some beautiful patterns. All of the products I'm going to be using on my layout today are from Felicity Jane's Savannah kit. It was the kit for November. And I'm going to go ahead and tear these strips. I'm going to ink them up with my Tim Holtz Distress ink in Vintage Photo. And ultimately, all of these layers together are going to be somewhere between 2 to 2.5 inches. I don't think they got to 3. So I just tore them and I inked them up. And there's kind of a funny story because my ink blending tool was needing a new pad in the worst way. And as I am inking up these strips of paper, it is throwing these tiny little foam balls all over my page, driving me crazy. And I'm trying to decide if I have enough time, if I can sneak around really quick and grab a new foam. And right now I'm going to decide against it, but later on in this video you will see me kind of disappear for a second to grab new foam because it was needed. So I'm just going to adhere these down, all of these photos, and you'll see my strips for this new layout are closer together and again lighter and brighter patterns, kind of maybe some softer but not so dark. Those patterns on that other paper were so dark. And in case you're wondering, the line that's in the original layout is an old Making Memories line called Just Chillin', which I bought much too much of because I had boys, and at the time, you didn't put pink on boys' pages. But now, I don't care, and there's pink on this page, and it's a picture of my son, and I love it, and I use pink on their pages all the time. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my papers and paper strips. So now I'm going to grab my photo and that little 3x4 card. That little 3x4 card is part of a cut-apart sheet that came in my kit. And I'm going to use that after I lay my strips down. I'm going to go ahead and use that 3x4 card to help me to anchor a set of embellishments that I want to place onto the left side of that layout. I'm actually going to add 2 small clusters of embellishments. And the strips I'm using now are more strips of paper from the Felicity Jane kit. Now some of these are 1-inch strips from Patterns, and then some of them are branding strips. I love to use branding strips and get all the use I can out of all of my pattern paper. So I really like it when the branding strips on the bottom of a page have a design, or sometimes they have sayings or just different things. I really like that a lot because it really helps me to stretch my kits, and it helps me to also not have to cut into a lot of big pieces of paper when I just want something small like a strip like this, or just a small map behind my photo. So as I continue to put these strips down, I continue to be having issues with the with that foam pad. So here's where I kind of hop on and get a new foam pad and start again so that I'm able to finish inking up these strips of paper. And I'm going to go ahead and lay these last 2 down, and then I'm going to grab my picture, and I'm going to realize that once I added in the width from that 3x4 card, I actually need another strip at the end. And I just love that striped paper right there. That striped and that little polka dot. And now I'm blowing on my page because I still have this foam, little pieces of foam with the Vintage Photo ink on it. And I knew that if I took my hand and swept it across it, that was going to be the end. I was going to have these brown streaks all over my white cardstock. So I went ahead and blew on it, and it did help. One of those did leave a little streak, but later on I cover it up with some Heidi Swap Color Shine, and no one's the wiser. So here's the last little pattern paper that I had pre-cut and chosen. I did a lot of, I'm a planner person, so I like to have everything kind of organized and planned before I turned on my iPad to record. So I really did go ahead and plan this layout out a lot, but there were some things that happened I wasn't expecting, like that. So I decided I needed another strip of paper for sure, and I don't have a strip really that will work. They're all too short. So I'm going to go ahead behind me and grab some more of that pink paper, and I'm just kind of going to get together 2 smaller strips to create a little bit of a larger strip. And at the end, there does end up being a little bit of a seam there, but it's not very noticeable. The other thing that I'm going to do now, and it's going to bug me for the rest of this layout, is when I put these seams together and create that last strip, it's going to be taller than all the other strips, and it kind of makes the strips behind my photo now almost look like a pyramid, which I really didn't want at all. And while I don't change it on camera, in the finished layout now, I went back off camera and I did trim the end. So if it bugs you, just take a deep breath. I fixed it. It's okay, because I don't think I could see it right when I did it, and later on when I looked and kind of got like a downward view, I was like, oh, that's not good. So I lifted it up and kind of re-inked it and put it back down so it doesn't look so much like a pyramid going to those torn strips of paper. So now I'm just going to adhere that 3x4 card from the cut-off part sheet that says fall. And I liked how it was graphic and black and white, but not a lot of color. So it provides somewhere for the eye to go, and it's really cute, but it's not super heavy. It's just kind of off to the side. And then I have my cute photo here of my son who was enjoying the fall day. And he was walking down the road with his leaves he'd been collecting throughout the day on our walk. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start working on my title and my embellishment clusters. I'm not sure which embellishment cluster I start with. I think it's going to be the one that I put up at the top. Where are you? Come back with your embellishment clusters. Yep, there they are. Okay, so we have a wood veneer piece, which is a Felicity Jane exclusive. Another part of this particular kit were these circles made out of tissue paper, and they came in all these awesome colors. You'll see I used a whole bunch of colors. There's this bright melony color, and then there's one that's a gold, and also some teal or green colored ones. And then that last little heart puffy sticker is that was part of the Felicity Jane Savannah kit, but it is actually Pink Paisley's Cedar Lane, and you'll see I use a bunch of repeat these elements. So there'll be some wood veneer and some of those Felicity Jane puffy stickers in different parts of the layout. Now I'm going to move on to my next little embellishment cluster, which is going to overlap and be right underneath my little 3x4 card. So I have a couple of little things. That is so cute. It's either a cut apart or it could be one of the stickers that comes on sticker stock. I have a really hard time getting my nails under there right to release the back paper from the sticker without tearing the sticker. So sometimes, like I did in this case, if I can't get it to release, I just use some Scotch Quick Dry glue and put it all down. And I've never had those stickers like try to come up or separate from their paper. They really kind of just stick there. So I'm going to use 2 acorns. One of them is one of those stickers or one of the cut aparts, and the other one is a puffy sticker from the Cedar Lane collection. Now I'm going to work on my title. So my title is going to be, my favorite color is October. And then I chose a little pink puffy sticker to go below the word October. There is, those letter stickers are from my stash. They are from Webster's Pages Strawberry Fields collection, so they're quite old. And but they're really cute. They're this wood grain, and they worked really nice for this layout. Another, the October was also part of the Felicity Jane kit. It's Crepe Paper Wonder. They're like corrugated craft thickers, and I love them. They come in a gold foil too, and I thought about using the gold foil ones because I have both, but they're so sweet. And my layout, the title for my layout is called My Favorite Color is October, and I got my title from Pinterest, where I get a lot of my titles. I love to play with titling. I love to play with different fonts and different thickers and cutting different die cuts for my silhouette. That's something I really do like to do titling on my pages and to make it different or unique. And a lot of my titles come from quotes or sayings or things I find on Pinterest. The other thing you'll notice with this layout that will be quite different from maybe other layouts is that there's no journaling on this layout because this is a set of a lot of photos. My son was so happy and was so willing to pose for me that day. I got a lot of photos. And so I've done other pages with lots of journaling about the day and what we did. So I chose a photo for this layout that didn't need journaling, that I was okay without adding journaling to it. So the next part of the layout I'm going to work on is the embellishments on those torn sheets of paper. So in the original layout, those embellishments were large. They pretty much covered almost all of the torn strips. There were tags with brads and some flares, very big embellishments. For this layout, I chose to go smaller. So we have smaller scaled embellishments. So here's a flare, and it says #happy on it. And I'm going to put some gold thread underneath it. This is a new spool of gold thread, and I think I somehow ended up with like much thicker thread than what I usually buy because it kind of just wanted to stay all curled up, and I just kind of went with it. And so I'm going to use some flares, 2 flares I think with the gold thread behind. I'm going to use some more of those tissue paper shapes. You saw the circle that's on the right, and on the left I'm going to use more of the circles, but also there was little hearts and that confetti too. And I think it looks okay on the video, but in case you can't tell, that top circle that looks maybe brown or dark is actually this like really metallic-y gold, and it's really pretty. And I chose just smaller embellishments, flares, tissue paper, some more of those little sticker things, and just really cute. More puffy stickers, more hearts. Oh, and wood veneer. Pretty soon you'll see me use these wood veneer leaves, and they're so, so, so pretty. And they also were just Felicity Jane exclusives. So while you watch me adhere all of these cute little embellishments, those little tags, I'll just say right away, I'm going to use 2 of them. One of them says today, and one of them says I heart fall. And as I'm looking at this, I'm realizing that I really did mean to grab my tiny attacher and staple them on there, and I didn't. That's okay. We're going to just let it go. I want to just tell you thank you so much to everyone who subscribed when I put my little introductory video up on Facebook and gave me such kind words of encouragement and everything. Really doing this when I started, I'm very self-conscious about my voice, so I'm still a little quite self-conscious about my voice. But it's a new adventure, and I wanted to try it. I wanted to see how it worked, and I thought just the act of editing and voiceovers and just figuring out like that kind of like techie software stuff would kind of be cool and fun to do. So I hope that you really enjoy what you're seeing and that you'll like, and if you haven't subscribed already, that you'll subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to have more videos coming, process videos, and I'm going to do a little bit of card making. And if there's anything you want to see, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I was playing with the idea of doing haul videos. I was also playing with the idea of doing like short little videos that just teach, like, that are like, I don't know, like little minute tutorials of, how to do something, because I do have play with mixed media and paint a lot, although in this particular layout I didn't. So if there's anything like that you want to see, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some paper and I'm going to splatter some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I know some girls can just kind of put their hand over and like throw the color shine around, and it just works for them, but I'm not that person. I need to cover, or I'm going to make a huge mess. So this is just Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Gold Lame. It's one of those kind of staple things that I know a lot of people use. I use it constantly all the time. And there is our finished layout. So I'm so glad that you came to visit me today, and I'm so glad you watched my video. And there's the original. And we have certainly lightened it up and brightened it up, and it's beautiful. So everyone, enjoy your day and have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.